Hi there, it's Heather. We are here with another DIY Wednesday, and I'm so excited to be on here with you. I'm really excited about today's topic because I'm all about just quick and easy stuff that you can make, even if you're really busy. I know I'm a busy person. I think we all are. So this is awesome, and I think it's especially great for summer because it's hot out and you don't want to eat anything that's too, heavy. You just typically like light stuff, so that's really easy so you can stay relaxed over the summer. So today's topic is dressings. Now, I know like they sell so many dressings in the grocery store and all this stuff, but I found like, at least when I was growing up, my mom always, she just made her own dressing, and I saw her do it in like literally 2 seconds, and I always thought, why do people buy dressing? Like, you can make it in 2 seconds at home. So I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks on making dressing. Okay, so, and not only how to make dressing, but how to make your own dressing recipes. Okay, so I am someone, like, I love cookbooks, I love the cooking channel, and there's this really awesome cookbook. It's by Mark Bittman, and he's the food writer, food editor for the New York Times type of person. He has an awesome cookbook called How to Cook Everything. Okay, and in this, they show you, like, how to do different things. And so, like, if they'll show you 5 different ways of making tomato sauce, a bunch of different ways of making dressing, all different kinds of things, so that you feel like, oh, I can actually do this and I can make up my own recipes. Anyway, I was looking through his cookbook, and I was looking at all the different dressings, and I noticed a pattern. They all had, 2 things. So a dressing usually has 2 things. It usually has an oil, okay, which can be like olive oil, coconut oil, peanut oil. I know there's like all kinds of crazy oils out there. There's avocado oil, grapeseed. You can do, veggie or canola, even though I wouldn't say it's the greatest for you, but you could use that if you really wanted to. And there's some sort of acid. So things that could qualify for an acid are like either like a vinegar. I know you've heard of the classic like oil and vinegar. So like I have rice vinegar. You could do like white wine vinegar. You could even do balsamic vinegar. And another thing that counts as an acid, which I really love to use when I make a dressing, is fruit juice, especially like citrus, like lemon or lime and orange or any combination you want. It's just it definitely counts as an acid, and it just makes for an awesome dressing. Sometimes I'll get as basic as I get if I'm feeling like really tired or whatever. I just do olive oil, lemon juice, and call it a day, and that's my dressing. That's how simple it can get. So if you have any sort of citrus lying around and some oil, you can make your own dressing. It literally takes me less than a minute to make. So yeah, let's talk about dressing ratios and how to make your own dressing recipe. So like I said, I was looking through this cookbook and looking through other cookbooks, and I was just thinking, okay, can I notice some sort of pattern? And there is. Typically, and this is so simplified, and you can always adjust it to your preferences, but a rule of thumb is you want to do about half a cup of oil. I typically like to use olive oil. That's just my safe go-to oil. And 3 tablespoons of whatever acid you want, whether it's vinegar or fruit juice or whatever. And you can do like fun little add-ins. Add-ins can be something like you could do an herb like cilantro, also like parsley. You could even do like a spice, like if you're making like a Mexican themed dressing, I would do like olive oil, maybe some lime, add in some chili powder in there, and you have like a cool Mexican dressing. Or if you're doing like an Asian, fun add-ons could be like soy sauce. You could do like a tablespoon of the soy sauce, and then you could do just a little bit of sesame oil too, because that gives it like a really good like Asian-y flavor, because a lot of Asian food has those ingredients in it, so it's going to make it taste Asian if that's what you're looking for. So and with the add-ons, the typical rule of thumb is like a tablespoon, so like a tablespoon of each add-on. Like another add-on I love to do is Dijon mustard. That's why mine's almost empty. It's because I use it in my dressings all the time. And but if it's like something really strong, like a dry herb, like, because I know dry herbs are like super strong, you could just do like a teaspoon. You know what I'm saying? So And this dressing's like everyone knows, you know, put some dressing on my salad, right? So that's an obvious use for dressing, but another way that I've used them is you can put them on vegetables. Like for me, I have to have some excitement when I eat my vegetables or I won't eat them. Like I can't just make like frozen green beans. That's not good enough for me. I like to add a little personality. So if I were to like make just a super simple olive oil and lemon juice, I would put that on my green beans and make them taste more exciting. You can also put these on meat as a marinade. So marinades and dressings are very similar. When I found myself making marinades, what I do often before I go to school in the morning is I make a marinade for the meat, then I cook it up later when I get home. So I think, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm making a salad dressing, right? So again, I noticed a pattern about marinades. Most marinades are like dressings, except the ratio is flipped. So in a dressing, it's a 1/2 cup oil to 1/3 cup acid plus your little add-ons that you want to do, right? But a marinade is like 1/3 to 1/2 cup acid. So that can be, again, fruit juice, vinegar, and then 3 tablespoons of oil, and then you're adding. Do you think with a marinade you want more flavor because you want it to really like permeate the meat or whatever you're marinating? You could even marinate vegetables, right? So you want more flavors, you want more acid in the marinade than you do in a dressing. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm gonna make a dressing today with my ratio. So, and I'm gonna use measuring cups for you today. Even though I don't always use them, I just want to be exact just for you. So you should love me. Okay, so I have my measuring cup, and I'm gonna do half. Whoa, they fell apart on me. That's okay. All right, so I'm gonna do 1/2 cup of olive oil, and that's obviously gonna be my oil. It's kind of just my go-to oil. Kind of boring that way, but that's okay. So I'm pouring it in my cup. And then, again, I'm the only person who really does like salad dressing in my house, so I'm just gonna save this in a Tupperware thing. And that way I'll have plenty, because I can't eat all this in one sitting. So there we go. I'm putting in my little bowl. I have like a little bowl that I dumped it into, see, isn't it cute? All right, oh, hi Veronica, I miss you too. All right, so I got my 1/2 cup of olive oil, and then I'm gonna do, okay, I said I was gonna measure, so that includes measuring tablespoons. All right, I guess I'll do it. Okay, for my vinegar, for my acid, I'm gonna do white wine vinegar. I've been really feeling this lately. This has been my go-to, is like olive oil and white wine vinegar. So I'm gonna do like 3 tablespoons of that. Veronica says, how are you? I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. So there's 1. 2. And 3. Okay. And then you can also, forgot to get a fork, so I'm gonna grab a fork and just kind of stir it up. All right, so that's my acid and my oil. So now I'm gonna add, my add-ins to this are gonna be, actually, I'm gonna do some Dijon mustard, and I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of that. If you don't feel like anything's enough, you can start there and then always add more, okay? So, and then kind of adjust it. As you can hear, I'm almost out of it because I use it so often for this purpose. So, there we go. I stir it up. And this is one of our favorite dressings. It's just the Dijon, white wine vinegar, and olive oil. And then, you know the ratio, because I've said it. It's 1/2 cup oil, 1/3 cup of your acid, and then whatever add-ons, about a tablespoon. And then, one thing that is really good to do, actually, what I also might add to this is like some fresh parsley as another fun add-in, just to make it even more fresh. So that's something I'll probably, you could do too, but I'm just gonna add in some salt and pepper, just because that helps, to me, just helps blend everything together and make it even better. So, all right, a little bit of pepper, and I'm gonna stir it up. So yeah, that's how you make it. And I don't know, I didn't time myself on making the dressing, but I'm guessing that took under 2 minutes. And so, and again, I already had all the ingredients lying around in my house. I didn't have to buy anything extra. So if you're someone who usually buys dressing, and you could save yourself $4 or $5 or however much it costs to buy dressing by just doing that. And I made a vinaigrette just like you buy in the store, especially if you added like some parsley or some dried herbs, like the herbs de Provence in there, it would be delicious. Like it'd be exactly what you would buy, just none of the preservative crap that they put in it, you know? Okay, another thing I wanted to share with you. So there's this marinade that I'm obsessed with. And again, a marinade is like the dressing ratio, but flipped. So it's half cup of acid, like a third to a half cup of acid, and then 3 tablespoons of oil. And it's called, this marinade I love is called a mojo. It's like I think it's like from South America, like Argentina or Brazil or something. I have no idea where it's from. I'm gonna have to check, but it's like orange juice and lime juice. And so you could probably do like quarter cup of each to make your half cup of acid. And then it's 3 tablespoons olive oil. See, I'm following my ratio. And then for addeds, you chop in fresh garlic. Like with marinades, you can add in like garlic and ginger and more flavor because you just want a lot of flavor in your marinade. Like I chop in some garlic in there, about a tablespoon or 2. And then salt and pepper and a lot of cilantro, like a bunch of cilantro. So again, that's a marinade. And what I do with that is I make chicken, and we make these awesome chicken tacos with that. You could also grill them. I've made nachos with the chicken that I make with this marinade. It's amazing. So I just wanted to share that with you. And so now that you can kind of have seen, like, you know, the ratios, and you've seen some of the stuff you could use for your acid or for your oil, you can kind of start to think of your own fun flavor combinations. And just think like, you know, what you see in the store. Like this, I added mustard to this. Well, what's a really common thing? Like honey mustard, right? You could add honey to this if you really wanted to. Make it like a honey mustard dressing, or even, you know, just whatever you want to add. So yeah, I hope I gave you some good ideas, and I am so excited. Please share this video if you liked it, if you found any sort of value to it. If you want more tips like this, I'm going to be creating some pretty awesome free gifts to share with you guys. Please become one of my VIPs. It's something you definitely don't want to miss out on, and I will be back for next DIY Wednesday. The link to join my VIP list will be in the comments below, so just click on that link and you'll be good to go. All right, see you next time. Bye.